Hello, and welcome to a special edition of Storytime with Teacher Beth. I'm Teacher Beth. Today we'll be reading this Halloween story, The Costume Contest, or Clifford, the Big Red Dog, The Costume Contest. And it's written by Maria Balban, illustrated by Steve Hoffel, and it's based on the Clifford the Big Red book series by Norman Bridwell. So if you have the story, The Costume Contest, and you'd like to read along, go ahead and grab it now. If not, you can check out the link below where you can find your own copy. The Costume Contest. It was the day before Halloween. Cleo and T-Bone were excited. "I can't wait to go trick-or-treating," said Cleo. "I can't wait to dress up," said T-Bone. Clifford didn't say anything. He didn't have a Halloween costume. "I'll help you find a Halloween costume," Emily Elizabeth said to Clifford. Emily Elizabeth took Clifford to the store. At the store, Clifford tried on a hat and glasses. They were too small. Next, Clifford tried on bunny ears and a bunny tail. They were too silly. "You don't need a costume, Clifford," said Emily Elizabeth. "You're perfect just the way you are." Clifford didn't think so. He wanted a costume. The next night was Halloween. Everyone met in the village center to go trick-or-treating. They showed off their colorful costumes. Emily Elizabeth was a pirate. Cleo was a witch. T-Bone was a superhero. Mac was a lion. Clifford was still Clifford. He did not have a costume, so he was hiding. "Where's Clifford?" Cleo asked. "If he does not come soon, he will miss all the fun," said T-Bone. Emily Elizabeth and her friends stopped at each house in the village. "Trick or treat," called Emily Elizabeth. Mac did a trick. Everyone got a treat. "It's too bad that Clifford is missing the treats," said T-Bone. After trick-or-treating, they went to Emily Elizabeth's house to carve pumpkins. Emily Elizabeth carved a great big one. "This pumpkin is for Clifford," she said. "This pumpkin will make the perfect hiding place," Clifford thought. Clifford crawled into the giant jack-o'-lantern. "Now I can watch the party," he said. Clifford peered out of the two big eyes. Soon Clifford grew tired. "This pumpkin is too small for me," Clifford said. Then he had an idea. He carefully dug 5 holes in the pumpkin. The holes were just big enough for Clifford's legs and his tail. Now he could stretch out. He could even walk around. That was much better. Meanwhile, Emily Elizabeth and her friends were bobbing for apples. "It's time for the costume contest." "Let's go," said Emily Elizabeth. They all went out onto the lawn. They stood in a line for the costume contest. Mr. and Mrs. Howard were the judges. "Look, it's Clifford," called Emily Elizabeth. "I knew you would find a costume," she said to Clifford. Clifford looked at himself in the window. He did not see a big red dog. He saw a big orange pumpkin instead. He barked happily. He had a costume after all. Clifford was just in time for the contest. Emily Elizabeth's costume was the most adventurous. Charlie's costume was the scariest. Clifford's costume was the biggest. "Clifford, you won first prize," said Mr. Howard. Clifford was very proud and very happy. After the costume contest, Clifford's friends shared their Halloween treats with him. That made him even happier. The end. All right, that was the costume contest. I hope you enjoyed today's story. Make sure you like, subscribe, and ring that bell, and I'll see you next time on Storytime with Teacher Beth. Bye.